All right, let's talk about Michigan. Rules for
Let's go to the
thee
northern border.
and not for me. Governor Gretchen Whitmer, she was caught. She was sitting in a restaurant, a bar, with 12 people. The state guidelines prohibit groups larger than 6 and require a mask indoors. She says we were all vaccinated, but she did have to apologize yesterday for violating her own social distancing guidelines.
So let's take a look at what she broke. You can only have 6 people or fewer at the table. She broke that. 6 feet between tables, broke that because they pushed tables together. Indoor capacity capped at 50% or 100 people, and indoor dining allowed until 11 o'clock. You know, this is just another one of those times where she has gotten caught, and somebody who is actually one of the 12 people took a picture and posted it, and then it blew up, and now they've deleted it, and we can't show it to you. But nonetheless, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, we're gonna have the safest state in America, she says, but at the same time, I'm not going to follow the rules.
Here's the problem. The rules are stupid. They shouldn't be in place. If you're vaccinated, you should be indoor and outdoor. And if you're not vaccinated, it's up to you to take your life into your own hands, get the virus, beat the virus, whatever, because she put these restrictions on. Not only are they dumb, are they antiquated because she's not keeping up with the science, but she has no intention of keeping up with them, period. So you know about the rules she violated. Do you know that this is her explanation, essentially throwing herself, admitting she was wrong. Throughout the pandemic, I've committed to following the public health protocols. Yesterday, I went with friends to a restaurant. More people arrived. The tables were pushed together because we're all vaccinated. We didn't stop to think about it. In retrospect, I should have thought about it. I'm human. I made a mistake. I apologize. Here's the thing. We're all doing that. No one's wearing a mask inside. We're pushing tables together. You saw what's happening with Phil Mickelson winning the golf tournament. Do you think South Carolina is different from Michigan? Your numbers are virtually the same. You should be opening up anyway, especially when you have no intention of abiding by your rules. And Ainsley, she's got a track record.
She has a series of missteps. Back in May of last year, remember when her husband, he tried to jump the front of the line and said, I need to get my family boat out for Memorial Day weekend.
My wife is.
Do you know who my wife is? And then he got busted. Then in June of last year, she joined the Floyd protest, and she was violating the governor's social distancing order doing that. In February of this year, GOP state legislature calls for investigations into her handling of the nursing homes and long-term care facilities during COVID. And remember, all of those emails or that evidence was just vanished. We couldn't get it. Then in April, a top aide traveled to Florida for spring break. I was reading this morning, it was actually 2 aides traveled, and when they weren't supposed to, they were telling people not to travel. And then she got that private plane to go visit her dad down in Florida.
A cost of $27,000, but she paid $850.
What in the world? Okay, then in
That's
May,
a good deal.
she violated the coronavirus orders at this dive bar, and that's the one we're talking about today.
Land Shark Bar, that's right.
The Land Shark Bar and Grill.
So there's some hypocrisy, or so says Tori Sachs, the executive director of the Michigan Freedom Fund. They've been at loggerheads with the governor. They say Governor Whitmer's capacity limits, patrons per table limits, curfews, and other ridiculous restrictions need to end immediately. She isn't even abiding by those rules. A year after the boat episode, and Whitmer and those around her still don't think their COVID rules apply to them.
Then she got the Profile and Courage Award for COVID-19 for the handling of it. That was given to her by Caroline Kennedy and the JFK Library Foundation. One of 7 people to get that award.
Right, so worthy. She's so deserving.
She's courageous.
She was stripped of her title by legislation, too, for her absolute monarch abilities.
I'm sure whoever posted that photo on Twitter is probably thinking, "Oh, I thought it was okay."
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad. She's fully vaccinated.
Yes.
I think it's wonderful, and I'm glad that she's out and about. But she needs to change the rules.
It reveals
so that everyone can do what
everyone
she
else
does.
is suffocating on a beautiful Michigan day, and she goes and breaks the rules and says, "I'm sorry." Doesn't work.
Did
Meanwhile,
she not think someone was going to take a picture of her?
I guess
in a
not.
Restaurant.
Yeah,
hey, let's go back to Phil Mickelson for a second. It's one of the great